Have you ever looked at an old laptop and think, wow, you tried, you really tried? Well, my friends, I've got something special. Today we'll be revisiting a classic, one of Dell's premium offerings, that despite its age remains a strong contender in 2024, and it's the Dell XPS 159550, a laptop that set benchmarks when it launched and still holds its own several years today. This is a laptop that destroyed all the MacBooks during its release year back in 2016. Okay, why am I comparing it to MacBooks, yet there are other laptop brands? I will tell you why in a few minutes, so stick around please. Again, if you are a creative professional, a power user, or someone who needs a reliable machine with a touch of elegance, stick around because this one is for you. First, let's talk about the design. Dell crafted the XPS 159550 with a focus of elegance and durability. The craftsmanship here is still very much on par with many modern laptops. The exterior is sleek, brushed aluminum finish that gives it a premium look, while the interior is lined with a carbon fiber. Lightweight, yet incredibly strong. It feels incredibly solid in hand, substantial and portable, weighing at just under 4 pounds. This is a machine you can carry confidently into a boardroom, yet it's equally at home in a creative studio. The carbon fiber not only looks great, but it's functional too. It reduces the heat buildup and gives your wrist a soft, comfortable surface during extended typing sessions. And trust me, this is the kind of design that feels as good as it looks. Now, let's move to the star of the show, the 15.6-inch 4K Ultra HD touchscreen. I know what you're thinking. This laptop is gorgeous, right? This thing is sleek, like James Bond in a tuxedo. It has a 15.6-inch display that is packed into a body that feels more like a 14-inch thanks to its insanely thin bezel. This is what we call the infinity display. The bezels are so thin that the camera had to be shifted to the lower part of the screen, right here at the bottom left corner. I know you might want to see how the camera angle is, but we shall get into that later when you're testing the camera and the microphone quality. This 4K Ultra HD display has 3840 by 2160 pixels of pure eye candy. It's like staring into a kaleidoscope, but without dazing side effects. Brightness alone comparable to none, one that could guide ships home in a storm. And we're talking of up to 400 nits here. You can use this laptop in direct sunlight without feeling like a vampire caught in the daylight. You see, everything clearly, just double check. Colors so vivid, they make you question reality. Okay, you can triple check. With the 100% Adobe RGB color coverage, this screen is more accurate than a GPS on a road trip. Every detail pops up the way you wish to have it. Finally, it's a touchscreen too. Tap and swipe with a way through life, but try not to poke it like a curious toddler. This display invites you to interact. Just be prepared for some serious finger gymnastics. So whether you're editing photos or movies, playing games, or your latest 4K movies, be sure not to be disappointed on the display font. But again, there's a dark side to all this brightness and good picture quality, so stay tuned. Under the hood, we've got the Intel Core i7 6700HQ processor running at a base clock speed of 2.6 GHz. So now let's talk about the performance. The 6700HQ is a quad-core CPU with a hyper-threading, meaning it can handle up to 8 threads at a time. For most users, this translates to smooth multitasking and fast performance under heavy loads. But how does it stack up today? So in Geekbench 5, the Core i7 6700HQ processor scores around 950 for a single core performance and about 3600 for multi-core tasks. These are still respectable numbers, especially for tasks like video editing, 3D rendering, and compiling code. While it is not going to compete with today's latest 12th gen processors, 13th gen processors, it holds its own demanding workloads and offers consistent, reliable performance. Next, let's talk about the graphics. The Dell XPS 159550 comes equipped with a 2GB NVIDIA GTX 960M with 2GB of VRAM, which may sound modest by today's standard, but this GPU still delivers respectable performance for certain professional tasks and light to the moderate gaming. In 3D Mark, the GTX 960M scores around 3800 in the Firestrike benchmark, which puts it firmly in the mid-range category. For creative, this means you'll be able to handle 4K video editing and graphic design without much trouble. And for gamers, expect decent performance in titles like Fortnite, Overwatch at medium settings and 1080p resolutions. However, this isn't a machine built for high-end gaming or 4K gaming. And for professional workflows like CAD, Adobe Premiere Pro, Photoshop, the 960M still provides the acceleration needed for smooth productivity. Backing up that CPU and the GPU combo is a 16GB of DDR4 RAM, which can also be upgraded to 32GB of RAM. So, while the 16GB is sweet spot for most users, it's especially useful for professional working with memory-intensive applications. Think photo and video editing or large datasheets. It ensures smooth multitasking and you won't experience bottlenecks when running multiple applications at once. This laptop comes with 2 sodium DDR4 memory slots on the motherboard, therefore the RAM can be boosted up to 32GB depending on one's memory needs. As for storage, the 256GB SSDs ensure that the boot time are as fast as lightning. This machine boosts in less than 10 seconds. File transfers and applications loading times are equally swift. Admittedly, the 256GB may feel limited if you're dealing with large media files, but for average professional workflow, it should suffice. If you need more space, external storage options or cloud solutions are readily available. And again, you can do a physical upgrade of the PCIe M2 storage from 256GB SSD to 1TB by replacing it with the former. So now let's talk about the connectivity. On the left hand side, we have USB 3.0 port, HDMI, Thunderbolt 3 port, and a headphone jack combo. The Thunderbolt 3 is still a game changer even in 2024, offering super fast data transfer rates and the flexibility to connect multiple external displays on external GPUs. This means XPS 9550 remains a versatile machine for professionals. On the right hand side, we have another USB 3.0 port and a full-size SD card reader, a feature that photographers and videographers will greatly appreciate. No dongles needed here, which is becoming rare in today's laptop market, so Dell kept the creator in mind when they designed this machine. Now, one thing you'll appreciate with the Dell XPS 159550 is the keyboard. It features chisel-style keys with a good amount of travel and tactile feedback. So whether you're typing out reports or writing lines of code, the keyboard is comfortable and responsive, even during long typing sessions. And the keys are also backlit, making it easy to work on in low light environments. This keyboard is also paired with a trackpad that has smooth, responsive, and it's also one of the best in its class. The tracking is so accurate, multitask gestures are easy to execute, and Dell has clearly invested time to ensuring it feels premium. So whether you're navigating documents or using gestures for creative softwares, the trackpad enhances the overall user experience here. Finally, we cannot talk about this great machine without talking about the battery. So Dell claims that this bad boy can run for about 6 to 10 hours depending on its usage. So naturally, I put that to test. I open all the tabs, yes, all of them, 100 Chrome tabs, Photoshop, Spotify, and my poor neglected hopes and dreams running in the background. It lasted a solid 5 hours before begging for a charger, and that's not bad. But just to be clear, if you're planning to take this laptop to the coffee shop without the charger, may the Wi-Fi gods be with you. Because again, what happens when the battery hits 1%? Something magical. So The battery on this laptop does not last so long because it's a high energy consumer or high power consumer, because it's a machine designed to perform heavy duty tasks. Therefore, as characteristics of most of them, the battery doesn't last that longer as we would expect, because it's something common in them. So for the battery part, please just keep in mind that the battery won't last you that long. So to wrap things up, so where does the Dell XPS 9550 stand in 2024? While it may not be the latest or the greatest, this laptop continues to impress with its build quality, stunning 4K display, and still capable performance. The Intel Core i7-6700HQ and NVIDIA GTX 960M holds their ground for professional tasks, and with solid benchmarks, this machine is more than capable of handling most modern workflows. So whether you're a creative, a developer, or someone who needs a premium laptop with a touch of elegance, the XPS 159550 is still a viable option in today's market. Thank you for watching, and if this review helped you, don't forget to like, leave a comment below letting me know what you think of this legacy device. Are you still rocking an older laptop that's performing well? I'd love to hear about it in the comment section. See you next time on another review.